Coach and Nick from Echo Base Network. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens. Echo Base Network. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens. Well, hello there, everybody. We are back. Why do I have this funky overlay on? I don't know where that came from. Get that off. Nick usually hits that. Well, he's not here right now. He'll be here very soon. If you hear it in my voice, I think I might be coming down on something. I'm going to bed as soon as the stream is over. Definitely. Going to sleep as much as I can. But we wanted to bring you a good show tonight, and you could tell by the title. Massive movie and TV updates. Spaceballs 2. Gremlins, Goonies. Maybe we should rename the live stream. Please don't let these things happen. I don't know. maybe some opinions will be different, but want to run through real quick and say hello to all of our friends who are here in the chat. Sorry, there's going to be other people talking on the stream tonight, just not me, so you won't have to just hear me, but Jedi Master Lawrence is here. What is up, Erica? Good to see you. Rogue Sarge in the house. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Ted's Nerd World. Ted, I'm here. What? No pre-show? Coach must be sleeping. Actually, it's funny. I was laying down in bed. Trying to get as much rest as possible. But here we are, and you got the pre-show too. Daisy Blossom Flower Child, what is going on with you? The Mama Bear is in the house. What is up, Debbie Young? Good to see you as well. Love you very much. Dan Grissom is here. My good friend, formerly known as Disney Cobra Jedi, Blazerhawk Darren, gave us a very nice shout out in the video, along with some of our other people like the Matt Cave. Thank you, buddy. Good to see you, and I enjoyed that video. Sentai Ranger Donnie is hyped up about some Power Rangers, some Cobra Kai coming up. Good to see you, man. Ricardo De Leon is here. Hell yeah, EBN time. Ted's Nerd World, new member? That's not true. He upgraded his membership to Jedi Master. He's the master now. Awesome, brother. Good to see you. And we appreciate you upgrading your membership. That is awesome, and good to have you back there. Let's see. Donna Hergenrether, Hail Chat, and EBN. Hey, Donna. Monopoly is best. Love you. Let's see here. Alan Copeland is in the house. Alan, you changed your name. What is Alan C1701? What is going on there? Did you get hacked? Is this really Alan Copeland? What's going on, man? Good to see you as well. Sorry about the voice, y'all. It's going to be rough, man. It's going to be rough. Hey, this dude's here. Who cares? Let's see. Humphrey Bear is also here. What is going on? Great to see you, sir. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Matt Cave. What is up, bro? Good to see you. Keep rolling, man. Keep rolling. We need to come up with an excuse to do a video together sometime soon. We hadn't done a video in like over a month. So, yeah, I need to come up with an excuse to do a video for anything. Good to see you. Been really busy at this new job. Anyways. Rogue Sarge with a $19.99 super chat, starting us off with a big $20. Good evening to everyone at EBN. Thank you, Bobby. That is a very generous $19.99 super chat that you have sent so many times at the beginning of live streams, and we appreciate that very much, brother. You really are keeping the lights on here at EBN, so thank you. I'm laughing because I said that, and Rissman is hee-hawing in the background. Quit. It's not that funny. Let's see. Humphrey Bear already said hey to you. Mary Lanning, good to see you, Mary. That is awesome. Donna Hergenrether, I am pouting that Netflix is reimagining Little House on the Prairie. Be nice to Gen X females at this time. Have a great show. I didn't know that they were doing that. That is news to me. Golly, Donna, that's exactly the kind of thing that we're talking about. They're creatively bankrupt, so we have to remake everything, and I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing. I'm finding myself not caring anymore. I used to be in a position of, no, don't touch that. You're just going to make it worse. You're going to kill the memory or whatever. I just don't care anymore. You want to make Spaceballs too? Go ahead. I don't anticipate it being any good. Hope it is. But it's like the time has passed. That was almost 40 years ago. Anyways, I am totally with you on that, and I get what you are saying. Debbie Young has gifted 10 EBN memberships. That is awesome. We do have a DEI initiative here. Short people are welcome. Hello to John Graber. Good to see you, sir. Love you very much. Upstart artist, hail from Conrad, Iowa. Good to see you. Can we get some Nick in here too? As soon as he's not stuck in traffic on a work call, he will be here. He did send a text about 25 minutes ago and said he's going to be a couple minutes late because he's dealing with a power outage at work. So he's dealing with that, but he will be here very, very soon. So Nick will be making an appearance, and he loves everything that we talk about. He loves everything in entertainment. So get ready for some Simtastic reviews. Lombardi 1969 is here. My brother Knee Pain is here. Good to see you guys. Appreciate it very much. I think that's about got us all caught up. Andrew Wall is here. I'm totally down for a video with EBN. Let's go. Let's do it. Pete Castellignia, brother. Pete, what up, Pete? Pete C. All hail the legendary Tron. Always in our hearts. Love my man. I know that he is, no longer in pain, and we will always miss him, and we will always remember our friend and honor him. What I wouldn't give to see his smiling face live right here one more time. It would just be too special. So thank you very much, Pete, for bringing our friend Nate, the legendary Tron, up. We love him forever. Matter of fact, I need to add him to our pre-show forever. Make it so. We will add the legendary Tron to our pre-show the next time we update our pre-show, which will be very soon, and he will be there forever because we love our friend. Nick is alive. Channel update. So that is good. Actually, Nick's been around. I'm the one that you haven't seen. But hey, here I am. So thank you guys again, Ted, for upgrading your membership, Rogue Sarge for sending in that big $19.99 super chat, Donna for the member chat, and then last but not least, Debbie for sending in the 10 EBN gifts. We appreciate you guys very much. We like to do this from time to time. We love you guys. We are UR Echo Base Network. Thank you for your support, and this is for you. Well, I suppose there's only one thing left to do. Spaceballs 2, The Search for Rissman.
I'm here. I didn't arrive. I arrived at ludicrous speed.
Ludicrous speed. Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. I'm sorry to hear you're coming down with a little something.
Can you tell?
I can.
I started with a very, I would say once every 15 or 30 minutes, I had a little dry cough this morning.
Oh, I hate it.
And now it's every 3 minutes. And that tells me I'm getting sick. And I do not have a substitute tomorrow. I just started this new job.
You almost are the substitute.
Yeah. I am the substitute pretty much. Not really, but yeah. I'm going to work. Unless I just wake up in the morning and feel like I'm in a bad place and contagious or whatever, but I plan on just sitting in my corner and giving them their study guides and saying, hey, you got a test on Monday? Let me know if I can help you. That is the plan. Hang on. I'll be right. Run this for a second. I'll be right.
Oh, great. I love it when this happens. Oh, boy. How's everyone doing? Good to see you all here for another stream. Thank you, Mary, for the compliment on my shirt. Put on a Star Wars shirt just for
all right, I'm back
today. Yes, John's commenting on my old man. These are actually Darth Vader glasses. What do you think about
so
that?
I got to say, the glasses did throw me off when I saw you in the little chat window down there.
My prescription on all my glasses was modified just a little bit because it's old man size, so new glasses were needed.
My glasses, my head is so big, I don't wear my glasses very often. They hurt my head. They're not wide enough. So I do wear them every once in a while just to give my eyes a break from my contacts. But anyways,
these are my computer glasses. I have computer glasses.
I've never seen you wear those.
These are brand new, and I have a new pair of progressives. So I have three
Well,
different prescriptions that I'm now dealing with for my eyes.
yeah. Well, Pete says those are cool
Thank you,
glasses.
Pete.
So yeah,
Appreciate it a lot.
Pete supports you. The rest of us, nah, kick him while he's down, folks. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this very first thing. Risman, when I say the word, and chat, you participate, when I say the word Spaceballs, and by the way, everybody, Star Wars isn't in the title, but we're going to circle right to Star Wars. It'll pretty much be the second half of tonight's show. We're going to go through some other things. Like I'll just lay it out for you guys. We're going to look at a little bit of Spaceballs 2, what we know, not very much. Gremlins 2, and the worst sequel idea of all time, Goonies 2, terrible movie. Labyrinth.
Right.
We're going to have the same conversation 4 different ways. We're probably just going to combine them all, to be honest.
Oh.
And then we're going to get into a little bit of spicy Star Wars stuff here at the end. And Nick will be here just in time for that, I'm sure. So, man, I sound like a smoker.
Well, not as bad as some smokers who also stream, but you do sound a little gruff.
I sound like a smoker. I had a whole pack of Marlboro Lights this afternoon. Like, what is going on with me? Okay. All right. So up first, ladies and gentlemen, are you buying it? Are you selling it? Spaceballs 2, The Search for Good Entertainment.
Oh,
Seeing Josh Gad's face on that, knowing that not only is he a starring role, we don't know if he's the star, but he is in the film, and we know that he is co-producing the movie.
yes.
What does that say about this movie? What does it say that the first movie came out in, I don't know, 87, 88? Mel Brooks is returning and is involved. He will probably be Yogurt again. Is Lone Star making a return? I don't know. The first Spaceballs was iconic. It was a dud in the cinema, an absolute total failure. But boy, does it have a cult following.
Well, and the funny thing about that article is Josh Gad had to basically tell and show Mel Brooks all about the newer Star Wars, right? I mean, he didn't know anything about the sequels and all the rest of it.
Special shout out to my buddy Logan in fifth period. Good to see you, man.
There you go.
See you tomorrow. Don't care how bad I feel. I'm going to be there. Hiding in the corner away from you, not getting you sick. Okay. All right.
So apparently, Mel was like, they did all of this. He's like, this is terrible. They had some back and forth about how the story progressed and all that. And I think Mel was like, well, we've got some good material here, right? But I have to tell you honestly, his reboot of History of the World, when they brought that back onto whatever channel, it was unwatchable, Coach. It was.
And you're talking about a Mel Brooks production.
Yes.
When's the last time he made something that was good?
It's been recent. This History of the World, he brought it back to 3 and 4.
Oh, you're saying it was great?
It was awful. I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, when's the last time he made something good?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know
either. And here we go reviving something from decades, not 2 decades, not 3 decades, almost 4.
Yeah.
He's bringing this back. This is not going to bring new fans. This is just a bad idea. This is the kind of film that goes straight to Netflix. I don't even actually remember who is producing this. Paramount, maybe? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. This does not need to see a theater.
Yeah. No, it's when I'm with you. This is a hard pass for me. I mean, I'm like, why do we keep going back to this? They did just bring Blazing Saddles back into the theater for whatever anniversary it had, and it did tolerably well, right? People did go back out to see Blazing Saddles, but this one, I don't know, Coach. I really don't.
Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein. Look, props to Mel Brooks. I love Mel Brooks. He is hilarious. I like his energy even at the state he's in now.
Yeah.
Golly, how old is he?
Gotta be
95.
90. He's got to be either
Yeah, it
90
gotta
or in
be.
his 90s.
Gotta be. I hope I can live that long and have that kind of energy and awareness. He's sharp. This is just not a good idea. Chat, you gotta let us know. I'm gonna go ahead and create a poll for you guys right now. Please let us know. Are you buying or selling a sequel to I'm getting sick. To
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. I'm sorry, guys. Are you buying or selling? And I'm also trying to make the poll. There we go, finally. Okay, start a poll. Nick normally does this. Where are you? Okay. Spaceballs 2. Let's do this. Please no. Poll is up.
And the
Let
answer to your
us
question,
know.
Coach, is it's an Amazon MGM. So whether that means it'll go direct to Amazon, whether that means it'll go theatrical first, because you know Amazon owns MGM now, but it
True.
is an Amazon MGM production.
Right. Do you think this is going to smell a theater? Is this going to be a limited release even?
It's going to be totally up to whatever Josh Gad negotiates, right? I don't think I spotted it right off in the article. I just scanned for who's producing it, but they're very squishy now about how all that works and who wants what kind of money and for the royalties and some of the other stuff. So so I don't know. I mean, I really don't know.
We are 84% no. Got 121 people here tonight. We're 84% no. So here's one question. When it's the same conversation all the time, when the movie industry is so creatively bankrupt, all they can do is look at the decades past and revive something that is dead, gone. No, something that was, you know, I. How many times have they pulled that off, Risman? How many times have they gone back and said, "Hey, we're going to revive this"? It actually did well, and it's still around. Yeah, Cobra Kai did it.
I mean, theatrically, you could argue Top Gun. They did a good job with Maverick.
I don't think there's any doubt. As a matter of fact, I think there's a pretty good demand for a third movie.
It's coming.
Yeah, it needs to. They need to get that done for sure.
Yeah. And then Ghostbusters, yes and no, right? I mean, they've had some. Afterlife was better than the Frozen Empire. That's one of the ones where I think they should have stopped. Maybe Afterlife, they should have just stopped, and they did this. This Frozen Empire was nowhere near as good. And so, but yeah, I mean, I can't think of Beetlejuice. It was okay. It was okay. But I mean, these are mediocre. I would say Ghostbusters and Beetlejuice are in the mediocre category from a reboot.
I would argue that the only thing Ghostbusters did is that first movie, it brought all the main cast back together in a scene.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, if Star Wars had done that, can you imagine the excitement the fans would have had at The Force Awakens to see them on screen together again? And you never gave us that, ever? That is the biggest sin in movie history to me. I can't think of one worse than that. At least Ghostbusters got that right.
Yeah, and it was very heartfelt because they brought back one of the cast members in Afterlife posthumously as a ghost, and I mean, there was crying there. So but again, then they should have stopped right there. Like, now we can keep going. I was like, oh, you should have stopped. You should have just stopped.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. We should rename our stream to that. Just please, don't do
because someone said Running Man, and then Never Ending Story is coming back, and I mean these.
So, to be fair, that franchise, they came out with 3 films.
Yep.
The first movie is great to me. Everybody doesn't agree with that. That might even be a hot take,
Mm,
but it's one of my favorite films. The second and third movies are unwatchable.
awful.
They are some of the worst movies, not just sequels, some of the worst movies ever made.
Yeah.
They're so far away from the original, like it's not even this in the same solar system. Don't revive the Neverending. Just leave it alone.
I
You
know.
already tried and you killed it. Like, what are you going to do now? This isn't going to generate any new interest for anybody. Who knows? Maybe I'm different. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Speaking of, and I don't want to be negative on every single thing, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm feeling right now. It's like the more and more I hear about these reboots, start it back up, make it fresh again, try over. It's been decades. It's been long enough now. Let's reach the new generation. I'm finding myself caring less. As I used to be opposed to things. I mean, sure, go ahead, give it a shot. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe that's where I'm at or headed. I don't know. This one's a little scratchy for me though.
I know.
Gremlins and Goonies.
Yes.
So, are we talking a Gremlins reboot or a sequel? Or do we
This
even know that?
this came as a side note in a much larger article where whoever was speaking, I guess it was the chief of Warner Brothers, just said in passing that they are considering new treatments. I think the word he said was new treatments for Gremlins and Goonies. So when you hear new treatments, to me that just means they have stories under consideration. People have ideas. It goes back to the whole green lid and all that business, right? People have ideas. He has treatments. It's something they'd like to do. So the answer is I don't think they know yet. But this was just a tagline on a
Well,
much broader story.
and we've seen these things before. I mean, they flirted around with Tron 3 for a decade before we finally gave up hope. And now they're coming out with a completely different thing. Joseph Kosinski's nowhere involved. The cast from Tron Legacy aren't in it. It's a totally different story with new characters and everything. That might be what happens with these things, but it's like until they're on film or on set filming, they could say whatever they want. It could just be the media throwing something out at some points just to see what the response is. You know what I mean? How much interest do you think these old 80s, mid 80s, these aren't even late 80s, this is 84, 85 era. What type of interest would Gremlins and Goonies bring today?
And I also think it's two different. To me, it's two
We
different
just got Goonies in space.
to me, it's two different considerations, right? For Goonies, you have, at least I have this thought process of, are they bringing back any of the original cast, right? Does that nostalgia fast forward and do we do a Ghostbusters like thing where some of them come and their kids are there now and something happens? But from a Gremlins standpoint, who would you bring back, right? Or do you just use the concept of Gremlins, right? And you have a whole new family and they're wherever and their kids, you know what I mean? And the story just basically starts again in current day.
Yes.
I think it would be easier. I'm not telling you I'm in favor of either one, by the way, but I think it would be easier to do Gremlins again today than it necessarily would be Goonies, because I think Goonies has other baggage that needs to be considered, in my opinion.
Yeah. All right. So the main star of Gremlins, obviously we have Phoebe Cates. Everybody knows her name, but what's the dude's name without looking it up, chat?
I haven't the faintest idea.
None of you know. And I like the guy. Name another movie he was in besides Gremlins 1 and 2. Neither can I. I can't. I'm totally
Venger says it's Zach Galligan.
Oh my God. Venger, you go to bed. Go to bed.
And he also says that he thinks that they would both be back if so. So I guess it's anything is possible.
So
right?
I would actually yeah, I see it, Venger. I know. You typed it. I guess I would be Gremlins could go either way. what you're saying.
Yeah.
They could go Gremlins 3 with those characters returning, which would be kind of weird. Like Gizmo and what's the guy's name in the show?
Been too long for me, Coach.
Zach's character's name. Oh,
Benjer will type it in a second.
yeah, yeah. What is his Billy?
Billy.
It's Billy.
Billy, yes.
I beat y'all. Just want to throw
Billy.
that. Billy.
Yeah.
Hey, Billy.
Hey,
Okay.
your cold actually helps with your
Shut up.
voice.
All right. So, I could see that going either way. I don't think you could have a Goonies sequel without cast members returning. I don't think you could do it.
I think people would riot, right? Because that's been the whole spiel this whole time. And even Kikon Quay or what Short Round is even quoted in this article by saying, we've been trying to get the cast back together to do Goonies 2 now for 30 years, right? And so that's why I say I think you have to have that whole cast back together or you don't do it.
Yeah.
For Gremlins, okay, if they're still available and they want to come back, fine. But I think if they didn't come back, other than Venger, who would care? Right? Would anybody else even care?
Venger knows everything, man. All right. Yeah, I totally agree. So, all right. So let's see where we are. Spaceballs 2, chat. Gremlins 3 or Gremlins, we don't know. And then Goonies 2. Which one of those, if you could only see one and you have to see one, which one are you pulling the trigger on? That's what I want to know.
For me, it's Gremlins. No questions asked every day. I mean, even though it scared me to death as a child, I loved Gremlins, right? I still love Gremlins, although I haven't seen it in a minute. I don't know if it holds up a bit, right? But I would totally go for Gremlins again.
So, it's funny. Billy is going to be Grandpa Billy.
Yeah.
Gizmo is going to be Grandpa Gizmo. If Mogwais even live that long. They can't have a Gremlins and not have Gizmo. Maybe they're thinking, hey, Grogu really worked. Baby Yoda really worked. Let's bring Gizmo back. The little cartoon that came out on HBO didn't do that well. It was like a year or so ago. Nobody talked about it.
How old do you think Zach is these days, Coach? I just looked it up. How old do you think he is?
I'm gonna guess that dude is 60.
On the nose. He is 60 years old.
Don't even need you, Venger.
He is 60 years old.
60. Yes. So when I saw that crap when I was 5, he was 20.
Yeah. So I'm thinking myself, I was a little older than you, but he was older than I thought he was at that time. So
this is hilarious. Shrike. Oh, I got it. The Gremlins kill Baby Yoda. I'm in for that. Me too. That would be fantastic. I would love that. So, all right. Gremlins. Bro, that's like the second movie I ever saw in a theater.
Mm-hmm.
My younger sister took me. She's older than me, but let's see. I was 5. She was 17. She takes me to Gremlins. We're sitting in the front row. We get to about the Snow White scene,
Mm-hmm.
and I am already traumatized. I am scared out of my mind.
Yes.
I have never seen anything like this.
Yep.
And I look at her with tears in my eyes and I say, take me home. I'm scared. Take me home. What a little baby. So my sister gets mad, stands up and goes, huh, and she walks me to the back of the theater. We go, it was a decline when you go down, like incline seating. So we go to the very back of the theater where I stand in the lobby and she stands there with the door open watching the movie.
She wouldn't leave you.
Yeah. And then I was like, Donna, I want to go home. So she looks at me and she says, don't tell Dad. puts me in the car and takes me home, mad. And she's like, I'm never taking you to a movie again. And I'm like, okay. Well, that was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't want to go back. I was terrified. And my older sister did the exact same crap with me for the first Ghostbusters movie. I think it was the same year.
You had a time of it watching these movies. Though.
Yeah, and my sister Donna that took me to Gremlins bought me a gizmo a couple years ago as a funny joke, like haha. Remember when I took you to that? You were scared. Yeah, thanks. Ghetto Streams Labs, 1985. Hold up. Dad traumatized me with Ghostbusters. Had nightmares about the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man for years. Rockin' Chair Theater, Decatur, Alabama. Let's go. Good to see you, brother. Let me know when you're in town. Yeah. Deliverance was the scariest thing I saw. That hand at the end gave me nightmares. I never made it to the end. When he started squealing, I was gone.
Yes.
When I heard the pig sound, I was out. Could not handle that movie. I have no interest in that movie. You ever watch a movie that just makes you feel bad? Like, this movie just ruined my day. It was so horrible. Like the mental anguish it put me through. That movie did that. And I was a teenager when I watched that.
And
never went back.
Some people enjoy going to the theater and being traumatized, right? Normally I do it for enjoyment, right? I don't want to come out of there traumatized.
Entertain me. Don't ruin my day.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh, man. All right. So, hey back there. Are you ready? All right. I got the thumbs up. Let's give him a warm welcome. Hang on. Oh, this is it. Well, I swear I clicked the button.
I was going to say, what happened?
Bro,
our mediator has decided 1 point Valiant Renegade. That is a very, very valid argument.
Bring
me
some pizza rolls. What you're really saying, Valiant, though,
may the force be with you. For me, to Papa.
The pizza rolls.
Yay, Nick.
The old pizza roll clip.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Pizza
Ted
rolls.
Never forgets. Ted never forgets.
Burn the top of your mouth. No problem.
Put those pizza roll emojis in chat.
He was doing it even earlier this evening.
What was that Samuel L. Jackson would have said? He would have said, if you absolutely positively need to burn the top of your mouth, accept no substitutes. Pizza rolls.
Yeah. Real quick, guys. Orlando MegaCon. Rispin, you gonna be there?
I'm going down Saturday. I will be there.
I'm going too.
Oh, whatever. Everybody knows you ain't going nowhere unless it's our meetup at Icon. I leave Tuesday. Me, John Graber, Mark S47, the R2 droid builder, Gary Ambrosia. Who else is going?
John Graber is going to MegaCon.
First
of all, John Graber can't enter a place with Mega in the name, and two, that's a long way to go on a big wheel.
Not only is he going,
he's flying.
Okay,
he's going to Galaxy's Edge. He wants to go to Galaxy's Edge, so we're going to We're giving Disney all our money, Coach. You know how we do it here.
You Fitz Riders.
Yeah. So Drunk 3PO actually offered to take me to Galaxy's Edge because he has a hookup. Because I refuse to give Disney any money, but he has a hookup, so I might be going.
I hope you do.
And
I think there's some parts you'll enjoy.
Yeah. So I'll record it, but I'm not spending any money in the park, not spending any money to go to the park. And we got, Rispin, do you got the after hours ticket for Universal?
Yes, sir.
Oh, all right. So we'll be doing that. I'm going to go to SeaWorld while I'm there because this will be my first time to Orlando ever. So I definitely want to check out,
dude, I'm sitting
all the stuff there
at the Magic Kingdom around midnight surrounded by thousands upon thousands of people. We are packed like sardines waiting on the fireworks. And I hear a voice come out of the ether that says my name. And I go, and it is Ghetto Streamlabs walking right by. And I was like, wow, you just found me out of all of these people. It was crazy. And I haven't seen him. I don't even know how many years has gone by. Close to 20. Close to 20 years.
And you all just happen to be in the Magic Kingdom at the same time. That's crazy.
Oh, Nick, he's calling you on your lie.
How much you want to bet I don't spend a dime in that park? How much you want to bet, Adam? I'm calling you out. Ghetto Streamlabs.
Oh,
AKA
Nick
Adam.
will leave the park not being able to pay next month's rent. Well, that might be true either way, brother.
Yeah.
I don't know. You might find
We're
something.
both there.
There's a really cool gift shop at the exit to Star Tours. Not any of the crap they sell in Galaxy's Edge, but at the exit to Star Tours, they have a really good gift shop, and that's where they have all the
Dude,
OT and prequel trilogy.
walking by the AT-AT, hearing the music, seeing parts of the Ewok village, seeing the speeder bike, Nick will freaking have chill bumps walking through those parts.
I mean, I'm sure I'll enjoy the sights and stuff there, even though it's still at Disney.
There won't be one piece of Acolyte merchandise sold.
Yeah,
yet.
not one. I guarantee you, I won't see any. But
It's in all the Galactic Star Cruisers office space.
The office,
Yeah.
all their office.
there's more Acolyte merch at Walmart than there'll be at Disney. I guarantee you.
Yeah. All right, Nick. So real fast, are you buying it or are you selling it? Spaceballs 2, starring Josh Gad and co-producing Josh Gad. Mel Brooks is involved. We don't know anything else.
This should have happened a long time ago, like in
It's
the
too late.
90s. I think it's too little, too late. I was listening earlier when you're like, this should be like a straight to Netflix thing, sort of like Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Yep, that I never
Foley.
finished.
Yeah. You know, that's where this should go. There'll be people that'll go out and see it, but you know, I've shown Spaceballs to some people in this modern day, and they weren't fans of it. So I don't think today's audience or general audience has the same love for the original that some of us do when we were growing up. So I don't see it being a big, huge ordeal. I think if I'm guessing it's coming out in theaters. I don't think they've announced it.
We don't know.
Nobody knows. I don't think it will do very well. You know, the opening weekend will be the best numbers that it does. Anything after that. Now,
So, can I make this point? 'Cause
Yeah,
I think you'll like this. I'm going to set you up here for something good. We don't know what Spaceballs 2 would parody.
the
It
sequel
might not
trilogy?
be Star Wars, but what if it's parodying Star Wars?
It is. That's why Josh Gad showed everything to Brooks.
Okay.
It could be freaking hilarious.
Yeah, it could be. Now, if they go that route, I think word of mouth could really drive this film. If they are really going hard and trashing on the Disney Star Wars and Kurtzman Trek and all the crap that we're getting nowadays, this movie has potential to be huge. Now, in the original, everybody knows Spaceballs 2 is supposed to be Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money.
They're still saying that's the title.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that could fit because you know Disney's trying to milk the Star Wars
could fit.
franchise. Kurtzman's trying to milk the Star Trek franchise,
could
and
fit.
they're not making any money. So maybe they're trying to search for more money, and in everything they do, there's no money to be found.
And
we
if
have a hypothesis, people.
And if it parodies the sequel trilogy, they should wait and release it when the Ray movie comes out. So it should be Spaceballs 2 while the Ray movie is also out. That would be amazing.
Oh, if they went head to head, that would be hilarious.
Yes.
It would probably be a pretty close race. All right, Nick. I want to. We got a mountain of super chat.
We
member
sure
chats
do. Where'd they all
everything.
come from?
So I want to go ahead and go through your guys' very generous messages and everything. Debbie Young, $4.99. Sounds like Coach is using his ASMR voice tonight. I miss him too, Coach. Nate would love it. Yep. Somebody mentioned the legendary Tron, Nick, at the top of the show, and it just occurred to me. I think it would be a really cool idea for us to add a little video clip of him to our pre-show to stay there forever, and just in honor of him, because he was truly, to me, he was the best of us. He really was. So definitely better than Rissman.
Well, that's not hard. That's not hard to accomplish.
Yeah, and so that'd be awesome to include him in there. And for those of you that want your name in the credits in the pre-show, go ahead and join the channel memberships
Or Patreon.
Yep, because our Patreon
right.
members are listed too.
Debbie, thank you very much for sending in that $4.99 super chat. Graph Webb with a $2 super chat. Hashtag cancel Disney Plus. Every day except for me, because I'm a simp like that and a fence rider.
And your children demand it, Coach.
Yeah, my children demand it. I'm a slave to my children. Okay. Thank you guys very much for that. Blazer Hawk Darren, who gave us a really nice shout out in one of his videos lately, Nick. He said, as long as Spaceballs 2 can poke fun at Disney Lucasfilm, it'll be worth the watch. He nailed it. And good Lord, Darren sent this 30 minutes ago.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And we just now mentally went there. He was way ahead of us. So great job, Darren. I agree completely. Brandon the Anime Guy, $5 super chat. Sell. Western modern entertainment is toast still. Streaming has ruined everything. All the streamers ruining everything. Hard pass. I am with you, brother. Thank you very much for that. And great to see you. Go watch some anime. Matcheween with a $10 super chat. The vast public doesn't care for most of these remake ideas anymore. The other two, Nick, that we've been talking about is Gremlins and Goonies, both in pre-production. I guess is what we would say. They're in their planning phase. The vast public doesn't care for most of these remake ideas anymore. They barely care about most big budget movies in general. Look at the box office. So please, Hollywood, stop it. That's exactly how I used to feel, but now I'm just indifferent. Sure, make it. Maybe it'll be good.
Yeah.
1 out of 50 chance it will be. But hey, who knows? Like Rissman said earlier, the Top Gun sequel was excellent. Cobra Kai started out excellent. I don't particularly like the season that we're in right now, or even last season. But
Well, and they've got a Ralph Macchio, Jackie Chan, Karate Kid Legends movie coming out that looks like it could be okay.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah, I actually was not a fan of that. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, this actually doesn't look that bad.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
The trailer made it more acceptable than my brain was willing to go.
Because I hated that Jackie Chan Karate Kid movie.
Awful.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I love Jackie Chan.
Yeah, he's badass.
That movie was horrible, but
Yeah,
Jackie
not
Chan is
good.
great.
well,
So-
and again, his portrayal in the trailer is a very different Jackie Chan Karate Kid character than the movie that we all just didn't quite. So I'm just hoping. I'm really hoping that they tread on some of the good cachet they've built up, right, from a
Sure.
Cobra Kai perspective, and they make it a fun Karate Kid movie.
Absolutely. All right. And now here, Debbie is right on this one. But it's not short round. But if Ki Huai Kwan is in the film, I got to see it. I
I'm
don't
sure
even
they'll
like.
all be there.
I don't even like Goonies.
Yeah.
Love him though.
If Short Round had been in this last Indiana Jones film, I don't know if I would be able to just not absolutely love it. Is that member berries and fan service? Call it whatever you want. I would love to see that character return. Give him Indiana Jones.
Data.
Make a film. He doesn't have to be as great as Indy. Make him a little lower level, but let him be some type of pseudo archaeologist.
I still haven't watched that Indiana Jones film.
Say what?
I still haven't watched that Indiana Jones movie.
You should watch it. You should watch it.
It would just piss me off. Probably.
I think it was better than Crystal Skull.
I agree with that.
Well, yeah, that movie was.
I mean, they ain't saying much. I know.
Yeah. And that's George Lucas and Steven Spielberg. So
I still got to say, should never put too old to ride a horse, son. Should never put it back on that. Should put it on that horse.
Yeah.
It's way too old for the horse.
Yeah, I'm with you. But yeah, Debbie, I'm with you on that. A Goonies remake. I don't think they can make a Goonies without bringing back as many of those original cast members as they can. But guys, wake up. We're old. It happened. Look at our faces.
Yeah.
When I go full screen, I see gray. Like, it's there. My hair is starting to match this faded navy outfit that I'm wearing. Okay? Like, my hair used to be dark. Not anymore.
yeah, so did mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and the thing about it is he's like the only sure thing for the movie. He's ready to do the movie tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right?
I like him personally.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed his comeback. I really have. And the dude can still move and be in the action sequences. That movie that was with the crazy long weird title. What was
Everywhere, Everything, All at Once?
All at Once, yeah.
Well,
his action scenes in that movie were fantastic.
Listen, he's got a movie coming out where he plays a real estate agent, but he used to be like a big time gangster, martial artist or whatever. And of course, he gets called back into that life. You should find the trailer for this. I forget what it's called, but he is like actioning it up big time. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm there for him as a real estate agent turned back into a martial art gangster again. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
I like that. That sounds great.
Real quick, I just want to hit this because he's getting out of here. Hail to Matt Cave Gaming with the $20 super chat. Got to head out, get the kids to bed, then fight invisible zombies. Wish me luck. We are EBN. So good to see everyone tonight. Matt Cave is starting streaming on Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core next week. I cannot wait. He already went through the complete original game. I was there for almost every single stream that he did that. And his channel is doing great. So if you guys are not subbed to Matt Cave Gaming,
he's great.
Go over and check him out.
Absolutely.
He's an awesome guy.
Absolutely.
And
Matt Cave, appreciate you, brother. Have a great night. Thank you. You didn't have to send that big, huge super chat. Thank you, brother. We appreciate you very much.
And both Rachel and Debbie have reminded me the name of the key it's called Love Hurts. It's called Love Hurts, where he is the martial arts real estate agent.
Rachel nailed it right there. Thank you, Rachel. Who else said it?
Debbie got it too.
Debbie got it too. Yep. Debbie knows those movies. So great job, ladies, for keeping us straight there. Love Hurts. Yep. Definitely have to watch that up.
It's coming out not too. It's a soonish in springtime.
Soonish is good. We need something soonish.
Well, January is a sucky. January, February are kind of sucky months.
Severance
for movies,
came back out, and so I'm watching that. I started watching your show that you put me on, The Mathematician Kid.
Oh yeah, Prime Target.
I got to watch the third episode, but I'm on that.
Yep.
There's not a lot out there, and there's a good chance I can feel it coming. I'm about to go through Breaking Bad for the second time.
Oh wow, that's a commitment.
I keep watching YouTube clips, and it's pulling me back in.
So good. You know, I've never watched The Sopranos.
I'm with you. Let's do it.
And thinking about, I saw Theory's video, Tim talking about it, and I was like, I need to probably check that out because I've never watched it. That and Sons of Anarchy are two shows that I've heard really good things about that I've never seen. Not a single episode.
Theory said better than Game of Thrones, better than Breaking Bad. Now
I
that's
find
his
that
opinion.
hard to. Yeah, I find that hard to believe. But if he thinks that, I think it's at least worth checking out.
I would be happy to watch that one with you because I have watched I have probably seen like 15 episodes if I had to guess.
I've
I would
not
just
seen a
watch
one.
them at random when my parents were watching them when it was new.
Yeah, I've not seen a single episode. I'll watch the first 3 episodes. If I'm not pulled in by the first 3, generally I'll check out.
Well,
But
I can tell you, I know it's good.
yeah,
So I enjoyed Sopranos a lot, but I have to tell you, maybe it's recency bias, but I think I much prefer Breaking Bad to Sopranos personally.
Breaking Bad was so good. That's why I'm like, it's going to be hard for me to believe
And-
that show's better.
And
than
then you
Breaking
add Better Call Saul into
And
what I
which is
consider to
another
be
great-
that
yeah.
they go together, right?
But-
And I'm like, okay, that just beats the pants off
Richmond-
just about everything.
When I heard you say Sopranos, you kind of look like one of them jokers.
Well, you know that Sopranos. In Sopranos, they go to the Fountains of Wayne. I'm from Wayne, New Jersey, right? I am from where the Sopranos
Oh, we're onto
was
something here.
filmed.
Don't he look like one of them people?
I've never seen the show. I have no idea.
I better be
known
careful.
a-
I'm going
we-
to end up
we-
with a horse head in my bed tonight or something weird.
We've known a
Miss-
real life soprano or two in our northern days, but yes, I'm from Wayne. So
How about that? Rachel says, I'm doing Farscape for the first time. I've never seen it.
Never seen that one either.
I don't like The Sopranos or any gangster movie series. Oh, I do.
See, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Well, he said except the Untouchables movie, which I also loved. But freaking Casino, Goodfellas, Scarface, like, man, I like all of it. I like those old, gangster movies based on, true stories and stuff.
Yeah. Favorite gangster movies? I don't know if you ever watched the Godfather series, Nick. I want to say you haven't watched it.
I have not.
The first
I've seen
movies,
bits and pieces of them, but that's
the
it.
first 2 movies are my favorite. The first one, especially, I love the second one too, but the first one is the one.
No.
Now, there's some other things like Casino. I really liked Casino.
Yeah.
Donnie Brasco. I liked that.
Yep, that was good.
the Italian Job.
That's good.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
What,
good.
what was the one with
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas
Yeah,
was really good.
Goodfellas was
Excellent.
really good. What was the one with Leonardo DiCaprio and the guy from the Bourne series?
Bourne
It
series.
was a Scorsese movie. It was Leonardo DiCaprio
Oh,
and
I know what you're talking about.
they're like Boston. One of them was like a Boston cop. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes.
Who's the guy from Jason
Departed.
Bourne?
The Departed.
Departed.
Yeah, Departed. Yeah,
I almost said
that
Gatsby.
Yeah. that was a good one too.
Yeah.
Now
Yep,
Jack
very cool.
Nicholson in it
Yep.
as well.
Yep. Any gangster movie with Joe Pesci in it is good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
How about what was that one with De Niro and not Joe Pesci, Al Pacino that they did together late, like it came out in like 2000. Pacino was the police officer, and he's trying to get De Niro. De Niro's the crook. It was really good.
Bronx Tale.
No,
Bronx Tale.
somebody check me on that one.
The Irishman.
That's not the
No,
one.
The Irishman is Heat.
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 That's it.
Oh yeah, Heat.
Heat.
The Irishman is much more recent and probably not their best work.
Aren't they
liked
doing Heat too?
I hope not.
I think they are. I think.
What? Then Al Pacino better be a dispatcher.
Yeah. Heat 2 sequel to Heat 1995 is the background conclusion of major characters, story, and plot.
Oh, please no.
Yeah, the novel for it came out in 2022.
Well,
and
well,
they're
what
work-
country are they filming? Because De Niro left America, remember?
Yeah. I don't know.
Heat 2, global warming.
Oh,
Y'all are
Yeah,
killing
there was
me,
actually
man.
an update for it just this last July, and Mel Gibson is confirmed to be directing Lethal Weapon 5. Yeah,
Some things just need to go away.
yeah. The original director who directed all 4 of them, who passed away,
Yeah.
Before he died, he said he already had the script and everything ready for the movie. And he told Mel Gibson, he said, if I die before I do this, you're directing this movie. And so he basically told
Mel
him,
Gibson will do a great job.
yeah.
He'll
Yep.
do it justice. There's no doubt
Yeah.
about it.
His flight plan.
It will be a Lethal Weapon movie.
I
You
hope-
already know that.
Yeah. And Mel Gibson and Danny Glover, I will be meeting at MegaCon.
Oh, you're gonna meet him?
Orlando.
You
Yeah.
getting an autograph?
No
Yeah.
freaking way.
Yeah.
Or
I'm
is-
doing
is-
the dual.
You're doing it?
Yeah.
Not
Yep.
cheap. Those things are not cheap.
Are you
No,
going to
that-
walk up and say, "We ain't too old for this"? Beep.
Yeah. I'm gonna say we ain't too old for this shit. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell Danny Glover how much I've come to love Predator 2, and I wish him and Arnold would come back and be a part of actual real Predator 3 movie, a continuation after Predator 2.
If Arnold needs to go back in time and do anything, be an old Conan.
Oh,
old.
yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
He would never.
Be
Yeah.
old. Do it.
Yeah.
Die on your sword, baby. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Well, they're supposed to be doing the King Conan, but
know.
it was when he was I guess governor, I think, and they couldn't get him to.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I wish. I
Yeah.
wish. All right. So are you buying or selling Gremlins Goonies? Just real quick.
Gremlins. Oh God, Gremlins 2 was so bad.
No, it wasn't.
I hated it.
It was
I was
way better
like-
than the freaking Goonies, bro.
I'd give me Goonies all day.
Oh,
Over Gremlins 2.
Ugh.
Gremlins 2 I thought was cheesy and
How dare you.
lame. It was just like, yeah, I was not a fan. Not a fan. No.
it had Grandpa Munster in it. What's wrong with you?
I mean, yeah, that's cool, but still,
Kind of working against us there, coach.
yeah. The thing is, the first one, Gremlins, I always looked at as a film as there is one, and it needs to just be the only one.
And
They
it's
don't-
dang near perfect.
Yeah, they don't need to do another one. The first Gremlins movie, it's a standalone. Great, it doesn't need anything else. Goonies, there's an argument to be made on there being a sequel to that. But again, I feel like that's one that's sort of similar to Spaceballs 2. If it was going to happen, it should have happened in the 90s.
Mhm. I'm with you. All right. So up next, ladies and gentlemen, we won't talk about this one very long. Labyrinth 2 is going down. Robert Eggers, the man who just did Nosferatu, who did a very good horror film called The Witch that I just happened to stumble on back in the summertime. My daughter wanted to watch a scary movie. We ran across The Witch on Netflix. We watched it, and it was really good.
Which much better than Nosferatu, by the way. Much better. The
Really?
Witch. Much better.
Wait, hold up. You're saying The Witch is better or Nosferatu's better?
Nosferatu, not his best effort. Not his
Oh, okay.
best effort.
Well, I've heard a lot of people saying that they liked it. Well,
It
well.
was not-
Anyways, he
It
is
wasn't
doing.
unlikable. Just not his best effort.
I got you. So he is making a Labyrinth sequel. Now, obviously, Jennifer Connelly's still around, but David Bowie's gone.
Mhm.
How are we going to do this? You have to recast the Goblin King. And here's the truth.
Maybe there's just a new Goblin King and the
Yeah,
other
gonna
one
have to be.
died or something. Yeah.
I like the Labyrinth okay. I don't love it. I love Gremlins. I love Spaceballs. I don't even like Goonies. We all know this.
Very well.
I don't really care about Labyrinth. But
Yeah.
like Labyrinth and Neverending Story to me, it's like we don't need more. And I don't
Yeah.
see either one of them. I don't care how good of a production it is, how solid the storytelling is. It doesn't matter how good of a movie it is. It's not going to make money.
No. No, I don't believe so either. It's just another one of those films that they just don't need to continue it. Out of all the ones that the 80s movies that there should have been a sequel to
Lighthouse
for
X.
sure is The Last Starfighter. It ended very similar to Star Wars, where the main bad guy basically escapes and you never know what happened to him. And then you go into Empire Strikes Back, where it's like all out war. The second one, especially with today's technology, man, there could be gun stars all over the place. This whole time the Kodan Armada has been rebuilding and outside of the frontier and all this sort of stuff. Like, there is huge potential for that to be a great sequel to a cult classic like The Last Starfighter. But these other ones, I'm just like, do we really need it?
I think I boil it down to this one thing. If the movie didn't age well for me, I don't want a sequel.
Yeah.
The Never-Ending Story is timeless to me. It will never age out.
Yeah.
Even though they're running around those old-looking clothes and it's 1984, and the kid goes up into the loft or whatever, the attic of the school. What schools have attics that kids can access with, like, I stuffed wolves and crap? Like, what are we doing? But that movie has aged really well. I don't think The Last Starfighter did. I don't think Goonies is fine. Goonies didn't. I don't not like Goonies because it didn't age well. I just don't like all the screaming and yelling, and the kids are annoying to me, and I just, whatever. Labyrinth probably didn't age all that well to me either.
Yeah.
And I think that Spaceballs is timeless as well. It'll never be dated, I don't think. Not to me. Not in my mind. What do I have against Howard the Duck?
Howard the Duck.
That's another one that just needs to stay a solo film.
I can't watch it anymore, and I liked it when I was a kid. I cannot watch that movie.
Yeah, I've watched it a couple times. I mean, I can still watch it to this day. I could literally, after the stream, lay in the bed and watch it from start to finish.
Those Sinbad and Jason and the Argonauts movies will never age out for me. I agree.
The Sinbad, yeah, with the claymation, sort of stop motion animation.
Yeah, the Ray Harryhausen stop motion.
Yeah.
That is... I could watch that stuff any day.
Yeah,
so
I grew up watching that stuff with my dad.
Me too.
A lot of those Sinbad movies and stuff. So,
yeah. All right. Never-Ending Story was magical to me, and it's a story I would like to show kids whenever I can. I agree.
Yeah.
And I beat you there too, Venger. Catch up. Okay. Let's see. We don't have to stay here very long, but I had to hit it. The Acolyte ruined Star Wars Skeleton Crew before it ever had a chance.
Sort of like the Last Jedi effect on Solo. But I think Solo would have been a bomb anyways with no Harrison Ford and that was not a good idea for a movie. So even if the Last Jedi would have been top-notch movie, I still don't think Solo would have done well. It probably would have done better than it did, but I don't think it would have been like a blockbuster.
I've said this before. People get mad at me. It's just my opinion. I love Han Solo. I love Harrison Ford as an actor. I don't think that character can carry a movie. I just don't. Luke Skywalker could. I don't think there's another one in the OT that can. There could be a Darth Vader movie. Sure. That character can carry a movie. But I have a hard time imagining a Han Solo movie and me just being all into it. I know a lot of you guys like it. Debbie loved the Solo movie. I just have a hard time with it.
Yeah. I think if it's done right, a Solo movie, Han Solo and Chewie could carry their own movie. But the thing is, not old Han Solo, if they did a good deep fake, the voice was accurate early. When he's smuggling for Jabba, run-ins with bounty hunters, all that sort of stuff, sort of like a space mobster / gangster heist movie sort of thing, which is like what they were trying to do with the Solo movie, but just failed in every single way possible.
Well, and also I would say, yes, there were parts of the movie that did focus on Solo's backstory, but the majority of that movie focused on him as a part of a crew, right? So you could argue that the crew and also the villains had almost as much or more part in that movie than Han Solo really did. So it's kind of making your point, Coach, right? It's another one of these, the story, it's called Solo, but is it really about Solo? Kind of a thing. So he was almost secondary in that movie anyhow. And I mean, I thought Alden did fine, right? I mean, the biggest detractor from that movie was L337 and droids' rights, and it just went off the rails in certain parts of it. So I'm with you, on that one. Do we think the Acolyte ruined Skeleton Crew? Ruined Skeleton Crew's chances? I do think Skeleton Crew would have done better before the Acolyte came out, but the franchise has been in such a decline now since Book of Boba Fett. I'm not sure it was that impactful. Personally, I think this is just where we're at the moment.
Well, I like how the article is short and sweet, coming from Forbes.
It's not even Paul Tassi; it's someone else.
It is not
Somebody
Paul Tassi.
else wrote this article.
The nail in the proverbial coffin, The Acolyte, a show so far removed from what the vast majority of Star Wars fans actually want from this IP that it was canceled after just one season, despite being the second most watched show on Disney Plus in 2024. That says a lot, guys. It fell far short of just about every other Star Wars streaming series while costing more than almost all of them. The fact is, all the culture war noise aside, The Acolyte was a genuinely bad TV show. All the flashy lightsaber duels couldn't make up for its rushed character development, wooden dialogue, and clunky script. The few things the show got right were wildly outweighed by its myriad missteps. It was horrible, and Knee Pain just let us know that Leslie Headland has stepped down from her Netflix show, and he says, step down, sure.
She said she's no longer attached to that project.
Yeah, I wonder why. Because she stepped down because she has all this other work going on. Yeah.
Sundowners, what's up, bro? Skeleton Crew got worse ratings than Jim Acosta.
Yeah, I actually highlighted that when you were reading the article.
That's
well, and there's been a lot of, attempted positive spin about the fact that The Acolyte was number 2 on Disney Plus's, 2024 list, only beaten by Percy Jackson and all that. But when you look at the list, it's a bunch of junk, right?
Yeah.
It's some of the best junk they put out, right?
What you watching on Disney?
That was out there.
I've said it a million times. The only reason we have it is because my kids want to watch Mako Mermaid sometimes. So that's okay.
I mean, if you look at, because Nielsen put out the top streaming shows of 2024, just generally speaking, there isn't one original anything that was the top 2024. Everything is acquired, reruns, it's Bluey, it's other things. Nothing is original.
Yeah.
Every one of the top 10 for 2024 is acquired series.
Well, they better be glad they got parks that are expensive and people go to them, because Disney Plus, it's the worst. You get the worst bang for your buck there.
Yeah.
You could go to any other streaming service and actually find good shows to watch.
That's why you need to get this app that I got, where your kids can watch the Mako Mermaid crap, and you'll have every single thing else, and it's literally a one-time fee, for a whole year. I have everything.
Let's not tell everybody about this.
Yeah. Well, I'm not telling the details of it. You know what I'm talking about, though.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I need some more info, and I'm going to have to convince my wife, and that is not going to be easy.
I I think what we're going to see coming here real soon is Disney Plus, if it continues to exist, is going to become a library service, right? It's going to be for Disney's library titles. And I think they're going to push any new content to Hulu. I think Hulu will be producing and creating the original content. And I really think Disney Plus, because that's all it's good for right now. And 2024 proves it. And 2025 is not going to be any better. It's going to be worse, right? They are not producing original content for Disney Plus. You know, by the way, The Acolyte was up against Echo and Agatha all along, right? It was Percy, it was Acolyte, it was then Agatha, and it was Echo. That shows you they were scraping the worst Marvel shows they've ever put out. That's what we got in 2024. Disney Plus's content. It's crazy.
I think we know where all this has gone wrong. Mexican Iron Man had just let us know. He says Star Wars and Disney Plus dying because Moff Risman did not tend to the needs of KK in their nightly interludes. She clearly took it out on us fans. Risman, you had one job, buddy, to satisfy KK. You had one job.
So bad.
Yeah. Yeah, she just got like an award too. Like
she did
like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
Hit the door, man.
What?
Hit the door.
She did.
Awful. Every time a young person says, "Do you like Star Wars?" Yes. Old Star Wars. I don't like the Disney stuff.
Yeah.
You know. Debbie Young, $4.99. Scariest movie I ever saw was The Exorcist. I've never seen another devil movie since.
Mm-hmm.
That
Poltergeist, though. Poltergeist is right up there for me.
Yeah, same. Yeah, the first and second one.
So I'm going to be honest, man. The second Poltergeist scared me worse than the first one.
Oh, they're so bad.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And the first one is scary.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's still scary. But the second one, when I was a kid, when Julian, whatever his name is, the actor, is walking up
to the house.
And it starts raining on just him.
Yes.
And he's looking. Oh my gosh, dude.
He's like
I had chill bumps all over my body.
God in his temple or something.
God is in his holy temple.
Yeah.
Let me in.
I have seen.
You're all gonna die in
I've seen
there.
Poltergeist and Poltergeist 2 exactly one time each, and never again.
Yeah. I have seen both of those movies multiple times, and every single time I get done watching, even to this day, I'm like, man, I need to turn some lights on in this house.
Right?
I know. Craig T. Nelson in the second one is hilarious.
Yeah, he is.
Because he keeps going to the Native American, Taylor!
Yeah, Taylor, I thought you fixed this car. This car is pissed.
He is so funny.
Yeah.
But you know what? Craig T. Nelson won't even talk about those movies.
Yeah, I wonder why. Apparently, there's some weird crap that happened on set.
A lot of weird, supernatural.
Yeah, some like weird stuff that was.
You know, Heather O'Rourke died.
Yeah.
The girl got killed. She was murdered.
Yeah.
Heather O'Rourke's sister in the movie. The little
the
girl with the brunette. Yeah, she was murdered by like her boyfriend.
Yeah.
When she was like not long after the movie. There's
some weird stuff that happened on set during filming. Like, there's, they should do. I wonder if there's a documentary on those movies and like the history behind them.
Watch it, Risman.
Watch what? No, I'm good. I'm good.
And I agree with you, Debbie, on The Exorcist. Ugh, I will never watch it again. Nick made me watch it at his house when I spent the night one time in the 7th grade. I didn't want to watch it. My parents told me not to watch it. Nick was like, let's watch it. They peer pressured me, him and his sister, and I was like, okay. Oh my gosh, dude.
Okay.
I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, so there is a True Hollywood Story, Curse of Poltergeist.
I've seen that.
Okay, I've not seen that. I'm watching that after this stream tonight.
Oh, Avengers reminded me of that swimming pool scene. I don't. We need to move on.
Those were real skeletons.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
Those were real skeletons. And the cast did not know it.
I know.
She is wrestling with real
Dead
dirty
bodies.
skeletons.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Ghetto Stream Labs, $20 for Nick's souvenir fund.
Hell, Ghetto Stream Labs.
He ain't
And,
gonna
and
buy
I saw
nothing.
the pictures of your house when it snowed up there, Adam. That looked really cool. Adam's got an awesome house.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, he's invited me over there a couple times. I'm gonna have to take him up on it.
Yeah, I'd love to go up there. Shit, next time I'm up there, we should go over there. And
I mean, I tell
when
him to
it's
call
free.
me whenever he's in town, and he never does. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, we'll be up there in Huntsville at the end of February, Adam. Game Chasers are going to be up there for a con. Me and Coach are going to go hang out with those guys. And we should, if you're not busy, we should come over and come hang
Julian
out.
Beck, that was his name. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Sundowners. Very good, sir. Debbie Young, $4.99. Mel Gibson is going to make the Resurrection, hopefully with Jim Caviezel. That would be awesome.
Yeah. He's in, I think, pre-production stages of that.
Mhm.
I
film.
didn't realize that either. So excellent.
Yeah.
Passion of the Christ was a great movie.
Yeah.
Scott Westbrook with a $5 super sticker.
It's a Bravo Fox clap.
Yep. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Hell,
Thank you. Thank
Scott.
you. Well, guys, we're quickly coming here to the very end of the show. Let's let Rispin just run us through the major updates with the Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
Oh yes, yes.
So-
So Sigourney Weaver. Sigourney Weaver. Oh, you want to talk about Embo?
No. I just pulled
Yeah.
this up just because it's Grogu and all
So,
that.
so Sigourney Weaver's character is revealed to be a colonel in the New Republic.
Colonel Bishop.
Colonel Bishop, and Bishop apparently in deference to Alien
Yeah.
or Alien.
Nick, how did you know that?
We talked about it on
Okay.
Mr. H's.
I was gonna say you
stream.
never know that kind
And
of
she
stuff.
has
Yeah,
very
yeah.
little. She has 5 minutes of screen time. Apparently,
Okay.
she likes to play sabacc. It's thought that the parts of the plot that have come out now say that Rada the Hutt is a gladiator. So Rada the Hutt is a gladiator in this movie, apparently, and knows something or has some information that everybody wants it. So Din Djarin is hired to rescue or to get Rada for the New Republic.
He's a gladiator.
He's a gladiator. I don't know why.
This
Right.
is really weird. So he's going to
And-
be a buffed
yeah.
up, like
And
Hutt.
apparently, there's another rumor that says at one point he swallows Grogu and then spits him back out again. I was like, why don't you digest the thing? Or, anyway, that's a whole.
Yeah.
It's a whole. But anyway, and that Embo, the bounty hunter Embo, voiced by Dave Filoni,
Mm.
is hired by, we think, the Hutt twins that we saw in Book of Boba Fett
to kill Rada.
to kill Rada, right? Because they think they want his whatever it is, right? And then
Yeah.
also the Imperial Remnant wants Rada or has Rada, and maybe they're the ones he's gladiating. I don't know, but the Imperial Remnant is also involved.
Rada's the key to the whole galaxy.
Apparently. And so basically the scope of this movie, it's like think of it as a double-sized Mandalorian TV episode. That's what this movie is. There's not going to be no Luke, Han, and Leia. They're not coming back in any form.
Yeah.
This is
Leia's pregnant with twins.
No. This is a Mandalorian movie where they'll probably fill in the blanks on Navarro, who's in charge now, who's the new marshal and all that. I mean, they'll fill in some blanks here, but it's a bridge episode, right? Just to keep these characters current. And apparently, yes, it is true that Mando does get a new Razor Crest as a part of this movie.
Whoop-de-doo.
And that's why you see in the teaser Zeb is there, and I don't know the circumstances
it.
by which he does come to own this Razor Crest, but through a course of events in the movie, he does get this Razor Crest. So it just feels like something they're doing to kind of put some more pieces on the board, right, for something else to try and get people interested again.
They're not.
Get it in the theater.
Your main antagonist is a character that was in 9 Clone Wars episodes. We don't even remember him.
Yeah, and he
I
he was
haven't seen those
was-
episodes in 10 years or longer.
he was in the played the big part in the Clone Wars movie, that came out.
Well, and the thing about Embo is not that I think any of this is relevant to this story, but I mean, he worked with Anakin and Palpatine. I mean, if you think back and look back at the stories Embo was involved with, he was very prolific with all the old favorites, right?
Yeah.
From a historical standpoint, but he is a villain in this movie. Again, I think it's he and the Imperial Remnant together are the most villainous parts of this.
Yeah.
What I don't have any information on is what is it that they want Rada for? What is this big deal that makes him so important to the story? That I don't know. Just that Sigourney Weaver's getting the Christopher Lloyd treatment, right? I mean, it's a nothing.
Yes.
And there isn't. It's just supposed to be a fun story. This is not going to be any big revelation and interconnect. This is just what you would consider to be, I think, a popcorn movie that they're probably
that's a
making.
terrible way for Star Wars to go back to the theater.
Well, and they probably made it for. Let's say they made it for 100 or 130 million. Let's say they spent as much on it as they would have spent on a season of The Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
It really only needs to make 500 or 600 million. I'm not saying that Star Wars should always be a blockbuster franchise. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But from their standpoint, if they spend 100 million on it and it makes 500 or 600 million, that's a success.
Well, that's a way more of a success than what they're used to. So I'll say that's
it's not going to make no $1 billion, but I don't think it has to.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at with that movie.
Well,
I mean,
so this whole premise, it only appeals to a very small percentage of Star Wars fans.
The Disney Plus Mando fans.
Disney Plus Mando fans and fans of the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
This is Filoni Star Wars. You're actually about to make a movie about this?
well, and it always, and the other thing that's very interesting to me about this is how did it started as a Favreau movie, right? Does this feel like a Favreau story? Somehow
No.
we went from a Favreau movie to Embo. How do you get from point A to point B?
And Rada, this is Dave Filoni. This is a Dave Filoni movie.
Yeah.
The only somewhat saving grace for this movie is it's $120 million budget, reportedly.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah,
It'll be twice that.
With the market and everything, this thing's probably gonna have to make $400 million, to break even or to make a little bit.
Because they made it all. They made it all in the volume, right? And the thing about it is, on the big,
and it's going to show on the big screen.
On the big screen, it's either going to work really well, or it's going to feel even more confined than what we've seen.
I don't see that working well. I mean, the set pieces are claustrophobic. Sitting here in my office watching it.
Yeah.
Well, and
imagine watching that on IMAX.
If it's a lot of him flying around, and if it's a lot of sort of bottle sets on different planets, and you know what I mean, I'm just trying to conceptualize now what this story is all about. And the one thing they showed us, right, was an ice planet with AT-ATs and different things. That again, if you think back to that, it was very narrow, right? It was very small.
Yeah.
So sadly, there isn't anything about this plot that excites me, right? I'm only going for the Imperial Remnant now, even more than I was before, because the rest of the story is not interesting.
You know what this is to me? This is very comparable to the whole premise for the show that we just watched, Skeleton Crew. It's not like throw up like the Acolyte. It's just something that I have very little to no interest in.
It's safe. It feels very safe.
Yeah, and that
It
comes
might
out
be
this,
great.
this
I don't
May,
know.
right?
So what?
No, it doesn't come out until May 2026.
Oh, 2026. Yeah, next May. Yeah, that's right.
Ooh.
So between now and then, the whole plot will leak, right? If
Well,
we've got this much now,
And
between
imagine
now
the
and then,
shape
the
Star
whole
Wars
thing
will be in then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we still haven't gotten a trailer, which the trailer that they dropped at D23, they'll probably drop it Celebration and then release it to the public. And it's like, oh, this is the same trailer we dropped at D23. Now we're just showing it to the public, you know.
Because there's
I
no,
heard they're
they're
going to
in
show
no
it at
hurry.
MegaCon.
Yeah, no.
You know what? Speaking of MegaCon, do you know how many Star Wars actors are coming to MegaCon?
0.
No,
No, the Skeleton Crew people.
they're the only
it.
ones. Jude
Yeah.
Law and the kids
Yep.
are the only ones coming.
Those
this
poor
year.
kids.
Yeah.
Those poor kids.
Bryce Dallas Howard will be there because she's coming with Ron Howard. There'll be
Yeah.
a couple of Ashley Eckstein will be there, of course.
I mean, but nobody. I want y'all to tell me what it's like. Are there people in line to meet those people?
I am going to record and take pictures. I will.
I feel bad for the kids. I hope people do get in line.
But last year at MegaCon, Ewan and Hayden came and they did a panel. Right, we went from Ewan and Hayden last year to Jude Law and the kids.
Yeah.
Nobody else is coming.
To a show that
That nobody watched.
nobody watched and cared about.
Even Manny Jacinto's not coming, right? He's like, fuck
Yeah.
He
this.
doesn't need to.
I've had enough.
None of those acolyte people are coming.
not-
They already know their lines will be 0.
But I mean, I kept looking for, because last year, and of course last year Peter Cullen and Frank Welker, and there were other. This year is a very different lineup from a, just from a celebrity perspective. But yeah, I kept looking for Star Wars. Only the Skeleton Crew cast. Isn't that something? I mean, not even any of the Andor folks. You would have thought, with stuff coming up next year, bring in Rosario Dawson, do something. I mean, I know this isn't a Disney, sponsored thing, but
you heard about the what they're thinking about Ahsoka season 2. The rumor is Natalie Portman's going to be making an appearance in Ahsoka season 2 as a flashback.
So they recanted that now and said she filmed for Kenobi. She filmed a flashback for Kenobi and they cut it.
And they're going to reuse it for Ahsoka?
No, it was supposed to be put in somewhere where he's like explaining to little Leia about her parents. There was something there that was Padme focused because she was available doing something else at that time. And so the rumor is that she filmed for that and it got cut. The more credible rumor for Ahsoka season 2 is that Ewan is back for a flashback in his Clone Wars armor and all that, which I believe to be true. He'll be back as Kenobi for Ahsoka too.
None of that made sense to me, even in the prequels. Like, the whole scene in Return of the Jedi with Luke and Leia. Leia, do you remember your mother, your real mother? Yeah, like, images, feelings, like she never knew her.
Nope. Because George Lucas forgot that when he wrote the prequels.
Yeah, exactly.
People,
I'm just like,
we have this is gonna make people mad, but I'm gonna say it.
George should have rewatched his own movies before.
George gets too much credit.
You don't have to tell me twice on this.
George gets too much credit. Oh, I know your famous quote. We won't go there. George gets too much credit. I love George, and I will forever be grateful for the original trilogy. But don't act like he walks on water and everything he does is gold, because it's not.
No, absolutely. I 100% agree.
And here's the thing: like, don't measure the sequels and everything else one way, and then the originals another. Use the same measure. People like to say, well, the sequels were awful because they didn't have a solid plan going in and they just built it in the air. Well, so did George.
Yeah,
he just did it better and had a way better team behind him.
Yeah, exactly.
But so did George.
And Marshall Lucas was a huge part of that team.
If the original trilogy came out today with the plot holes and the things, like the whole sister thing and the kissing your brother and all, bro, we'd be killing it.
Yeah.
Well,
I know we would.
The biggest difference, in my opinion, right, is the sequels had people there who were not invested in Star Wars, right? JJ and Ryan and they were not invested in Star Wars.
No,
they were trying to make the most money they could for themselves off of the Star Wars franchise.
I want to correct. I'm not saying we'd be killing the original trilogy like we'd be hating it. I'm just saying we would be very opposed to some of those decisions made.
Yeah.
That's
But
what I'm
at
saying.
least from the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, right? The folks who were involved, they cared about Star Wars, right? They
Yeah.
cared about the stories. Even when they weren't as coherent as we might have liked them to be, they worked at it, right? And they
Now we have
came
these
up with
pretenders like Leslie Hitland.
yeah,
What's your favorite movie, Leslie? Your favorite Star Wars
All of
movie ever?
them.
All of
them.
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson. I always wanted an AT-AT. He gets an AT-AT as a gift on set from somebody, and he acts like all happy about it. Bro, if you were as big of a Star Wars fan as you say, you would have made a decent movie
Yeah.
as a professional filmmaker who has shown the ability to make a decent movie.
Well,
You
and
made
then-
the worst Star Wars movie imaginable.
and then you've got J.J. Abrams, making stupid changes to 3PO and the Falcon and other things just for licensing rights and product placement and all this other stuff, right? With not a care in the world about whether the story was any good.
Right. Yep,
So-
I agree. So let's leave on all this positivity.
We need to be shilling more, Coach. We're not shilling enough in the
Yeah,
stream.
for sure.
Work on it.
All right. Well, guys, any last thoughts? Any housekeeping items, Nick? You got EBN cast?
Real quick, anyone looking forward to Alien Earth out this summer on Hulu? I am looking forward to watching that show. I don't know how well I'm going to like it because it's happening on Earth. I'm very opposed to that concept that they're doing because I always looked at this as aliens were some creature off in deep space somewhere, not anything that like was ever on Earth or had ever been to Earth, like the whole AVP movies on Antarctica, and there was a queen chained up. Like I was just like, what? Like the comics did it so much better. So I am definitely checking out Alien Earth, but I'm very skeptical on it.
And
Go ahead,
I'm with
Leslie.
you. The little teasers they've given who we'll see on Alien Earth. But one thing I wanted to mention is Alien Romulus. They went back and fixed up Rook. Fede Alvarez, he acknowledged
Really?
in the physical release, he got money to go back in and finish off those VFXs,
Wow,
acknowledging that
okay.
they didn't do as great a job as they would have liked. And I know folks, and I think the streaming version that you can find now wherever it's streaming is fixed up version as well.
Okay, I'm gonna have
People
to
say
check
it's
that
a
out.
noticeable difference in how Rook is now finished in the
That's worth
in
seeing.
this.
I'd like to see that. I bet
Yeah.
they did well. I really do.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the 4K.
Well, it's definitely. I know, like Dieter and R&B, Dieter saw it and he called it out also in the 4K.
Okay.
He's like, it looked so much better, and he was like, I thought it looked worse and it was researched, and then I found the article and Fede acknowledged. He said, yeah,
Oh.
it didn't look good. We fixed it.
R&B hated that movie. He almost walked out.
Well, yeah, I know, but and Rook was
He
the least of his
appreciated
problems.
aspects of it, but yeah, there was a lot of stuff that he was just like.
But yeah,
facepalm.
if when you encounter the physical release or have a look, but even on streaming, I thought it looked better.
Very good.
Yeah. One other thing, if you guys had not heard about the Star Wars Galaxy Hotel, Disney's turning it into office space.
We mentioned that earlier.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you guys had mentioned it, but yeah, I thought that was hilarious that it's now just going to be office space, like not the movie Office Space, just office space for
Like
the
they're
Disney
literally
park.
offices for
Yeah.
people to go in and work at Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're using that space.
Well,
for
and
that.
also I think because of the write-off they took, I think they're very limited for a time as to how they can reuse that space and still recognize that write-off.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's going to be a weird situation. How are you going to have offices in like the staterooms? I mean, I don't know how they're going to do. And there's no windows in the place. Could you? I mean, what a morbid office. There's not a window to be had, right? But I think they need the space for all the projects that they have going on for like construction and all of this over the next years. But yeah, what an awful waste of IP.
Yeah.
Making it into offices.
Yeah.
Absolutely. EB and Cast?
EBN cast tomorrow, 2:00 Central Time. I hope I see every single one of you guys there. Me,
You will not see me.
John F. Trent. Yeah, you'll be at work. Culture Casino and Stone Loki. We'll be going over weekly news roundup topics and stuff, pre-FNT. And it's just our Friday afternoon, 1 hour, news wrap-up show that we all hit. So I hope to see each and every one of you guys, EBN cast tomorrow, 2:00 Central Time.
All right. Risman, thank you very much for helping us.
Glad to be here.
And being here. And guys, thank you all for being here. We really appreciate it. Eventually, Nick and I's schedules will settle down and we'll start getting some actual content out, but the live streams remain. We're still here. Thank you guys for still showing up, even when Star Wars isn't doing so well. Thank you for staying with us as the first half of the show was all non-Star Wars related items. We're going to continue to roll that out until Star Wars season heats up again. So thank you all. As we always say here, we are You Are Echo Base Network. May the Force be with you, or whatever you want, but not the thread. See you guys in the next one.
Bye,
See
guys.
y'all.
Coach and Nick from Echo Base Network, thank you so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens. I told you guys, Nick would show up just in time to crap on Star Wars.
Yeah.
But I did not see Risman's old man glasses coming.
Darth Vader glasses. Come on now.
You look like an extra from The Sopranos.
You're gonna swim with the fishes in a second.
No, son, I'll be riding the fence. Where community happens.
Luke, you do not yet realize your importance. You have only begun to discover your power. Join me, and I will complete your training.
I'll never join you!
If you only knew the power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
No! No!
Now,